LEMONS ちゃんと持ってきたんだろうな。
はい。
おう。うめ。
So it's the start of the fourth quarter, and you're in the zone, and the only thing that's going to keep you in this game is honey lemons. Thank you to ridge.com/chefpk for sponsoring today's video. I can now hold 12 cards with cash without losing speed or strength. Made of premium titanium materials. What is this? Big brother, you've returned. You think you could get rid of me? It is I, Deal. I have come back stronger than ever. Take this. Pathetic. So easily. Nani? With a lifetime warranty and free worldwide shipping, I cannot be easily defeated, big brother. You cannot surpass me. I can't keep up. Where is he? No! Use the links below at ridge.com/chefpk for 10% off and free worldwide shipping. So honey lemons are actually relatively easy to put together. You're just gonna need quite a few lemons, and I am using Meyer lemons for this because they are a little bit sweeter and they tend to have fewer seeds. Just make sure you slice these up into nice thin slices with the sharpest knife that you have. If you have too much of the white part of your lemon on each wheel, it's going to be a little bit bitter, so just make sure that they're nice and thin. After you've sliced all of your beautiful Meyer lemons nice and thin, making sure you remove as many seeds as possible, you're gonna have a nice bowl of your fully sliced lemons. I only sliced about 3 lemons for this because it just ended up being a significant amount. Now for the actual boiling liquid, we're going to use 2 parts water to 1 part honey. So I'm using 150 grams worth of honey and about 300 grams worth of water. Bring that over to your stove and whisk it together over a medium heat just to start dissolving that honey. Once the honey is dissolved and it actually starts simmering, this is when we're going to drop our lemons in. We're going to cook this over that medium-high heat just to where it's barely simmering until those lemons get nice and soft. You only need to cook these for about 6 to 7 minutes until those lemons start getting soft, and then immediately pull them from the liquid and place them into a container to cool down. This is super important because if you cook these too long, you're going to end up with mush. Now reduce the liquid by 75% so you're left with almost a syrup-like consistency. This is when I'm going to add in another 50 grams worth of fresh raw honey straight to my liquid and just let the residual heat break down this honey into your liquid. Now take all of your brand new honey mixture that you have reduced and added honey to, cool that down, and we're going to pour this over the top of our honey lemons. This is going to let it further soak so that way it has a really beautiful flavor. So after letting these hang out in that syrup for about 2 to 3 hours, they've actually soaked it up just a little bit, and what's really nice is they kind of get this little bit of a candy effect, like you can see. What's really nice too is that they still keep it slightly sweet, but you get that really nice acidity from the lemons, and they're perfect. But will they give you enough energy to get into the zone? Because we're also gonna make salmon cakes. Come on, to go with lemon, so good. Now we're gonna be needing some parsley, some chives, some tarragon, and 1 whole shallot for these beautiful salmon cakes. Give your parsley a nice choppy chop, making sure you don't include too many stems for this because Gandalf's gonna continue to be angry. Once you have given this a nice chop, you have this beautifully chopped parsley. Go ahead and place this all into your bowl and then move on to your chives. With your chives, you're gonna mostly do the same thing but not give it a full chop. You just wanna make sure you slice your chives nice and small so that way it's about the same size as your parsley. Now with the tarragon, remove all of the leaves from the stems, making sure you don't include any of those tarragon stems because they are just too rough. Give your tarragon a really nice chop just like you did with your parsley, and then move on to your shallot. The shallot you're going to mince like you would with an onion, so treat it the same way, the same cuts, and get this nice and minced. The shallot is going to give it a lot of flavor, especially a little bit of sweetness once it's nice and chopped up and after it's cooked. Now place all of your shallots on top of your herbs and bust out about 2 pounds worth of salmon. You want to make sure that these don't have pin bones in it because the butcher I use always includes them, and then start removing the flesh from the skin. Now I know this looks like sacrilege the way I'm opening up the salmon, but it is fine because we're going to go ahead and chop all this up. Remember to take the skin, oil it up, season it up, pop it in the broiler for a snack later. Now for the actual salmon, go ahead and start dicing this up into small pieces, and then we're going to make sure we give a little piece to Gandalf because he's begging. Sit. Good boy. Smash like if you want me to make sushi for my cats because I think they deserve it. Look at that face. Now continue to chop up your salmon until it looks like canned tuna almost in a way. It sounds really bad, but that's the consistency you're looking for. Drop all of your salmon directly into your bowl, followed by about 2 tablespoons worth of mayonnaise. The mayonnaise is going to give it this beautiful creaminess and really start bringing all those ingredients together. You want to make sure you fully incorporate everything before adding in about 15 milliliters or 1 tablespoon worth of heavy cream. Continue to mix this up, and then we're going to hit it with a little bit of Panko. I started off with about 10 grams worth of my Panko to see how it would absorb into this mixture, and then I wanted it to be a little bit more creamy, so I hit it with a little more heavy cream. This is when we're going to hit it with some black pepper and a good portion of salt. Make sure all of those ingredients are together, and then as Chef John would say, you always need a little bit of cayenne, right? Totally optional. Now bring all of this together into a nice plump boy, and we're gonna let this hang out for about 15 minutes. While that's hanging out, we're gonna make our little bit of sauce. For the sauce, you're gonna need, well, more mayo, and then take some of the liquid from your lemons and incorporate it into your mayonnaise, hit it with a little bit of salt, and you have this really beautiful lemon mayo honey sauce. Now for the actual salmon case, we do need to measure these out, and I'm measuring them out to about 85 grams or about 3 ounces. This will give you really nice, beautiful sizes, so that way you can serve 2 of them on a plate, and it'll be basically a full portion. After you are done sizing these up, go ahead and place them on your plate, and you are ready to cook these off. Oh, and that snack we made, it was delicious. Now in a lightly greased cast iron pan over about a medium heat, go ahead and drop in 2 of your salmon cakes. You want to make sure that the heat isn't too high so you achieve GBAD. GBAD is very important here. These only cook for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, and then go ahead and flip it one more time. I know it's weird, but you want to make sure that the salmon cake is fully warm through the middle. You don't need these to be piping hot, just nice and warm. Now grab your beautiful plate from Target that was only about $6, add in just a dollop of your beautiful mayo lemon honey cream, place your salmon cakes right on top of that beautiful cream sauce, making sure that they're slightly overlapping. Garnish it with a little bit of fresh green onion, laying it right next to those beautiful salmon cakes. Garnish it with a little more sauce around the plate. Add your honeyed lemons, knocking over your beautiful garnish, and now it looks better. And there it is, some beautiful salmon cakes with honeyed lemons from Kuroko. And there it is, guys, my rendition of the preserved honey lemons that they had made in Kuroko's basketball. But you know, you gotta serve them with something. Granted, maybe this is what they're eating like after their basketball tournament rather than during the. I wouldn't eat this like halftime or anything. It's probably not a good idea. The idea behind the fish cake though is to make sure that you don't cook it too long because that salmon is so fresh. Look at the inside of that. Oh yeah. Oh, that came out really nice. You guys weren't kidding. That's good salmon. If you add the lemon to it, it gives it a nice sweetness and a little bit of acidity, which is really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably make more of these fish cakes with the rest of the salmon that I have because they're that good and they hold up really well in the fridge. I know this video kind of took a weird turn because of the preserved lemons, but I think it was for the better. Let me know if you guys have ever made anything like this before, or I mean, crab cakes, fish cakes, you can turn anything into a cake, I guess. My name is Chef PK, get subscribed, remember, keep playing with your food. I'm just gonna go sit down. It's really warm out.